Invaders from another country. The people of Port Grace in the upper Barnstable Valley, somewhere on the west coast of Canada, never quite saw it that way. But they were surprised by the number of people who descended on their little community, on trains, seeking beer. It all started when the Antarctica Brewing Company moved into this old building near the railway tracks. They hadn't realized it was also close to the Space Time Continuum, where trains from all over the world and several different eras could come and go as they pleased. So when did people from Munich, Germany become pleased with Port Grace? Well, one autumn day, DB 4028, a Class 89 shunter, which was a familiar sight to Port Grace train enthusiasts, made its way through the continuum for maintenance at the west engine shed. Alfie, the engineer, identified in his high school yearbook as being most likely to win a W.C. Fields look-alike contest, had the loco repaired here a few years back, and had taken it in for regular service ever since. On this occasion, while waiting for the work to be finished, Alfie strolled over to Antarctica's Brewing Company, which happened to be hosting an open house. He sampled his first pint of Pengy, local shorthand for the immensely popular Rowdy Penguin IPA. He then ordered a second pint of Pengy, and then a third, and so on. By the end of the day, he thought it might be wise not to drive, and maybe take a room upstairs at the nearby Blink and Tipple pub, where he had another pint of Pengy before turning in. In the morning, Alfie went to the west engine shed, gave the staff some honey crullers, and steamed back to Munich through the space-time continuum, where he might have mentioned the wonderful Rowdy Penguin IPA during an Oktoberfest gathering. That sparked enough interest among his family and friends to warrant a special charter in this delightful DMU. Alfie, in his trusty 060, went through the continuum first. Then came the DMU. And off they rolled to Antarctica's brewery. The Pengy flowed, and everyone agreed it was very, very good, though they had to try just a little bit more to be absolutely sure. Such is the diligence of true beer aficionados. When they returned to Munich, well, as any good marketer will tell you, there's nothing better than word of mouth, and there were many German words from many German mouths, all in praise of the Rowdy Penguin IPA. Interest in traveling from Munich to Port Grace through the space-time continuum to sample even more pints of Pengy increased exponentially. And that's when things kind of got out of hand at Port Grace train station.
Headlines on the hour from CJBV, the Shady 580. All the signs of invasion today as trainloads of allegedly German passengers descend on Port Grace. No word yet on why, but a spokesman from Deutsche Bahn said in a news release that they really like your beer. Elsewhere on the railway, a gaggle of giant chickens is...
With all these German trains coming in all at once, stopping on the tracks outside the brewery, Station Master Ted had some challenges with home team rail operations. And he was already dealing with some oversized chickens that had escaped from a mysterious laboratory up north. But he managed through it as he always does, realizing that everyone deserved a nice pint of pengy, especially in October. Through creative use of quantum mechanics, the staff at Antarctica's met the demand for their amazing IPA. And when the brewery closed, the guests made their way to the Blink and Tipple, where international travelers were always welcome, especially Elfie. So the invasion, such as it was, came to a happy end. The visitors, some of whom had to be carried from the premises, returned home to Munich through the amazing Space Time Continuum, promising to return again next October. As for the people of Port Grace, they returned to their simple pleasures, watching trains go by on unclogged rails and sipping their pints of pengy, in moderation, of course, with the occasional single malt just to keep things interesting.